Friend said it best. It's kind of a mix of Iron Fist with the deflect and also a bit of Spider-Man because he can pull himself in and pull himself out. So he's got that dive ability. So I wonder how he's going to actually shuffle with the triple strategy, because dive kind of took a hit with triple strategy. So you really want Brawl to be in your mix there. But we digress. Let's head into the picks and bans here. We're going to Burn T'Challa for domination of Gen.G versus Onside Gaming.
Keep in mind, this first map is always going to be random, and it'll always be domination. And the random number generating gods decide that we will play on Burn T'Challa this time around, as we do.
Do you think you're how lucky do you think you are, Dan, when it comes to like?
I always think I had terrible luck. I don't know. I just never. I'm just never lucky.
Dude, when I play D&D and I roll a D20, I always get 1s or below 5s. It's terrible. Man. You do not want me to buy a lotto ticket for you guys. But anyway,
I don't want to do it either.
One-sided, actually no Jeff, so no swimming allowed, plus one-sided Mantis and one-sided Ultron on Onside Gaming's side of the bans. And we ban out more strategists here. Even though there are not much strategists, I mean, there are a lot of duelists, but the strategists are getting kind of wiped out of the board here.
Yeah, the strategist pool is definitely getting very limited right now, as it's all strategists here. Mantis, Ultron, Warlock, Luna, Jeff getting banned on both sides as well. So it's gonna be a cluster of and a scramble to get as many strategists as possible before they're taken off the table.
Yeah, so one-sided Luna and Mantis on the side of Gen.G. Good pickups, I'd have to say. Mantis being that, like you said, that offside strategist, with the Luna being there also can have so much sustain with the Snowflake and the clap. But it seems like we're switching things up now, taking out a duelist of Star-Lord away from Gen.G.
Ooh, Star-Lord getting taken away. They probably saw the potential in that series of Zero Tenacity versus Crazy Raccoon in that first best of 5, and they're just gonna Onside. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it at all. So they're just gonna get rid of it, and they will take the Warlock for themselves. A strong pick, especially when it comes to domination.
But I like the pick off onto the strat. So 4 strategists off the table for Onside Gaming. So they're kind of forced to go Rocket. And they don't have an Invisible Woman either, so Cloak and Dagger might be a choice here. They still have the Ultron and Warlock as well, so they just need that one anchor of a healer to go with. So I wonder how they're gonna play that out. While Gen.G, they've showed us levels. In 3.5, they were going dive with the Captain America Venom, but when they started to go triple strategist, you really started to see them shine in the later half of the group stage. So they can pretty much play whatever meta they're comfortable with.
Yeah. And now let's see. Like you said, Onside don't have many options when it comes to strategists. Dawn is probably going to switch to something else. Not going to stay on the Rocket Raccoon for a while, just for the team up ability, which both teams are doing to get that bonus health online. And here on the highest level, it's all the little things that count here.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Rocket being one of the smallest characters is one of the little things. I'm kidding. But yeah, he does give.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I thought that was a pun you were trying to go for, but we are gonna actually stick to the Rocket. WDY is actually gonna go with the Star-Lord here. So, like you said, not much strategists left on the table, but they're actually going 2 strategists with Ultron and Rocket, which can be all right. But you're going triple strategist to Gen.G on Loki, Luna, and Mantis.
Yeah, I'm a little worried for Onside. They don't have many impact strategist ultimates here. Dawn does have Cosmic Yarn, but that can be easily countered by just taking away the giant mechanism that's going to be in the middle of Onside Gaming's team. Rebirth, Rage of Ultron could provide damage, but the utility is a little bit lacking. Really, all you can rely on if you're on Onside Gaming is Inhyuk's Freedom Charge, which is going to stack up slowly here. It's only at 30% comparing to everyone else, as Tuba does open things up.
Yeah, he does take out Felix, but you do have other two strategists to work with here. And slowly building things up, but Brownie able to brawl with the best of them, taking out Rebirth up in the sky there. So the Rage of Ultron is going to be put on pause here while we do see Captain America getting dangerously low. He's going to move away. This is actually a really long team fight here. Onside Gaming not letting out, and they're cleaning up the CYA here.
Yep, Cosmic Yarn no more, as the rest of Onside looking to push in as the Soul Resurgence from Snake will keep Gen.G alive for the time being, but here comes the Ensong Inferno. It's going to come down, but it's not going to do a whole lot. WDY now popping the Galactic Legend, going legendary, but is not able to find anyone. So now here comes Brownie with the dive, finds double, the two Vanguards of Onside taken away, but Tuba does come back thanks to the BRB, as the rest of Gen.G are looking to clean up, as they do have a two-man advantage. My voice is already losing it right now. Oh my gosh.
Take over here, guys. Let's give Dan a little bit of break, sip of water, as Felix was actually got eliminated once again. So they're really picking up the strategies, but the beauty of triple strat is that you can have the Mantis and the Loki just keep everyone alive, and a long team fight, well fought, but Onside Gaming now has to hustle and try to capture the area once again. Star-Lord trying to just jump his way out of there, but Brownie, a king with the 1v1s here, and he's going to add more damage to the table as he's chasing out Captain America. You good?
Yeah, more actions happening. Yeah, we're back. We're so back here.
We're so back, guys. We're so back.
But Onside need to get back onto the site.
Okay, taking out Monster. That could be the first domino piece to fall into place here, but we do see God of Mischief here. Hoodie has already got a copy, but False does fall, so they don't have any Vanguards to work with. Monster needs to get back onto the site to keep everyone at bay, and forcing out Felix to dance here as Dawn goes for the CYA up above, so it's going to be hard for them to pick it off.
Ooh, yeah, that's great positioning coming in. Dawn using the Cosmic Yarn up above, like you said. And that's going to prove to be valuable here as Onside will clap back.
And they did, taking out 3 of the strategists here. Brownie's going to follow suit. It's just False that was the one that was sent out early, and Onside take over the mission area here as Gen.G kind of regroup. So seems like Onside Gaming is making this work. They do have the damage output, but when it comes to sustain, once the ultimates are out, Dawn is going to have to work extra hard to keep the CYA up, and also the Rage of Ultron by Rebirth.
How long can Onside play zone here? Keep Gen.G away from the side. Doesn't seem like it's going to be for long, as Brownie just takes away AIM, but does come back thanks to the BRB, as AIM now coming back with a vengeance. Resurrected and revitalized as the rest of Gen.G looking to try to force their way back in. The Soul Resurgence only going to buy it a little bit of time, as False does take out Tuba, but the rest of Onside are going to look to hold.
Yeah, they're holding very strong here. The team fights, it's just Gen.G's a step behind. Onside Gaming are always one step ahead on the pickoffs, one step ahead when it comes to the ultimates, and now they're holding strong with this duelist lineup here. WDY able to get that teleport in just as that escape hatch route, and we do see that we're about to tie things up with the mission control area, both at 69 at one point. That's nice, guys. Inhyuk getting to sleep.
Yeah, Inhyuk getting a pick onto Snake as well. It has the freedom charge to just buy a bit of time. Oh, wow, that was bad. Don't clip
no,
that.
we keep
Please
going.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Hey, stop.
Do not clip that. We are watching as we do see that Onside Gaming continue on as they push past almost the 90% mark. Tuba still able to get Brownie out of the fray. We still stay alive as we do get a choke slam onto Tuba. Gen.G continue to try to fight their way back into the mission area, but they get picked off left and right. Hoodie unable to sustain as he used the God of Mischief, and Onside Gaming looking to clean up shop here with their very unconventional lineup, going up against a 3 strategist. But there you have it, folks. Onside Gaming dominate the point.
Plays coming in from Gen.G, but in the end, it is Onside taking over in the end. Yeah, that was great plays coming in from Onside, holding down the fort, especially with the Freedom charge. I got a little worried. I talked about this before this round even started. Onside don't have a lot of impact ultimates to work with. Dawn has the Cosmic Yarn easily countered with a simple left click, but Dawn was able to put that high up in the sky and just make it a little more difficult. Rebirth also limited with the ultimate as well as the utility. But in the end, Onside made it work.
Everyone just had their time to shine. WDY scouting on ahead. In-Hyuk getting the final picks when they get really low. You have Tuba also with the disrupt. They played very well to their strategy. When it falls apart is when they can't out-damage Gen.G and they can't sustain, right? But Dawn just seems very much ahead. I mean, there was that one CYA that didn't work out quite well, but you pointed it out, like just really good placement. You have BRBs as well, and you're also giving Star-Lord that teleport. So he's able to actually stay alive here. So Gen.G now back into the fight here, back into the fray. Brownie in the back line's just trying to provide as much poke as possible, but the sustain needs to be able to outlast the barrage of offense coming out of Onside.
Yep, and so far it looks like Gen.G will gain a lot of ground. They do a lot of damage onto Onside, so Onside really need to run for the hills for the time being, but it looks like they're going to look to dive right back in. Snake in a lot of danger with the invisible boundary. Or, was it the invisible boundary? No, it's going to be the Soul Resurgence in the end as Rebirth tries to find something as Gen.G will take over the site and start stacking up points.
We've seen this before where Gen.G is able to control the first part of the game, but Onside Gaming slowly but surely trying to dissect the defense, and now they control the mission area only at 16%. Rebirth also takes out Monster, so Tuba now just disrupting the front line here. They're slowly falling apart. Snake dangerously low, Felix as well. They're going to follow back to the spawn area, and it is going to be a cleanup here on Onside Gaming.
Yeah, Gen.G invested a lot to try to keep themselves alive, get control of the site, and then Onside just pounce on the opportunity. They invest quite a decent amount, but they still also have a lot of ultimates coming up alive. As WDY has the Galactic Legend coming up soon, Ain has the end song, but Snake finds a pick onto Dawn.
Okay, so now just getting a bit of a boost here. Needs to be able to hit the shots and able to actually get this poke going on here. If anybody dies, it could be really hard. But Aim forced to go for the end song here, dangerously low, and Galactic Legend is going to be used as well too. Offensive ult is going to take out Hoodie in the process, but we dance up here into the mission area with a Fate of Both Worlds while In-Hyuk able to actually take out Felix. They hold strong here. Onside Gaming left and right getting those elims.
This is looking dire for Gen.G. They're getting tested right now as WDY does clean up Brownie. The stagger starting to cause a bit of problems for Gen.G as this point already at that 75% mark. Gen.G need to find a way in. They do have a strange portal to work with, but it looks like they're not going to rock with it just yet as Monster picks up the Captain America.
Yeah, I think they're just going to have to force the touch here. WDY dangerously low, but it's all good. Able to get out scot-free as we try to force the overtime from happening. But Onside Gaming just need to hold here. They're about to get their ultimates on point. The CYA is ready, but Soul Resurgence in response to the CYA just so that the team fight does last a little longer. But you do have the end song working in their favor. False and Snake light up the board here.
Yeah, Rebirth does respawn thanks to the BRB, but the speed is all in favor of Gen.G right now. Aim does find one, but False is able to quickly shut it down. The Snake does find the 1v1 onto Rebirth. Freedom Charge going to be used by In-Hyuk, but he's the only person on the site. Does he start bouncing all over the site? It looks like he's going to do his best, but a good sleep will maybe deny any sort of stall. But they do shut him down, finally.
They do, but right away we do see that the team fight continues on as Star-Lord makes his way in a little too deep, though. WDY not having any backup there, and now Gen.G needs to far camp this objective area just to make sure they get that. Mind you, Onside Gaming's at 99%. If they were able to win this next team fight, Gen.G need to portal in and just try to hold as much as they can. So they still have time, but you can't give out too much momentum on Gen.G's favor here because they can run away with it. And Monster on the Captain America really doing the work.
Here we go. Rip going to kick things off. I'd assume there'd be a domino effect of ultimates coming in a very, very short notice as everyone dumping everything into the kitchen sink as Onside use all their ultimates perfectly.
Man, and they're able to capture it? I don't think they're going to make it in time. No one's switching out to Doctor Strange. Felix. Here it is. Can he actually interrupt? But no, a clean 2-0 by Onside Gaming. If y'all put your parlays on Onside, folks, you'll be in the 14K club, which Nell's in right now. But what a game. We were building this up as a David and Goliath story, but if you just watch this blindly, you'd think it's Onside Gaming as the Goliath. That was a shutdown, 2-0.
That was dominant coming in from Onside. And yeah, if you bet on Onside, you're gonna be swimming in some cash, swimming in some channel points. If you took Nell's advice. Either you took Nell's advice to go for the lesser majority.
Nell, pick 7 numbers right now. I'm gonna go to the 1 to 50, baby. But I will say this. Onside Gaming with an unconventional Rocket Ultron tandem, but you still got a 2-2-2.
Oh, yeah.
2-2-2 still definitely works out, but I think they were able to match and sustain the output that they were trying to heal out here. So it kind of forced them in a tough spot. Felix had to change up from Ultron to Doctor Strange to try and touch, but it was too late. I think, yeah, domination seems to be their map, and if they keep holding on to this type of momentum, Dan, I think we could potentially see an upset here against Gen.G.
Very well could be. And right now, Onside are a third of the way there. They just need 2 more wins, 2 more maps to their name.
Hey, Dan,
that'll seal the deal here in the series.
I have a question. What about another best of 5?
Oof. Can we do this all day? Can we do this all day?
That is the question. Can we do this all day? Why is Gamora? Why is Gamora not here yet? But we're gonna find out here. Maybe. Who knows? But again, we're looking at the handiwork of Onside Gaming. AIM was just so good. I know Inhyuk got MVP, but AIM was able to get the better of the exchanges. His end song Inferno did so well. And just Dawn having a really high output when it comes to heals, and also Ultron just being close enough to the team fight to just give any of the health drone bots to anyone who needs it, and had the Rage of Ultron when needed. So we did see kind of Tale of Two, I would say, lineups here in domination, right? Crazy Raccoons forced the 3 strategist lineup, but you have Onside Gaming that had a very unconventional Rocket and Ultron combo that worked out very well.
Yeah, that's kind of scary if you think about it. Gen.G put a lot of emphasis on banning out as many strategists as possible. True. And with Onside being able to just be like, yeah, that's fine. We can just run Rocket and Ultron. Yeah, we'll be fine with that. And they pulled that off. So how does that feel for Gen.G when they have to think about what they need to do for map number 2?
Well, we're going to take a very short break and find out afterwards, folks. So don't go away. More Marvel Rivals when we come back.
Oh yeah, 필요할 때 내가 널 지켜줄게. 간절히 바라면 이루어지는 마법인 거야. 운명의 소리 들려. 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와. 시작해야 let's go. 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸나. 숨들 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야. 좀 더 기다려. 쓰러지지 마 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 자충을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명 왠지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 자충이 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 이 세계 운명 눈이 부신 모든 순간들 지켜내야 해 내가 좋아지려면 꿈꿨던 너와 나 그래 그래서 내 운명에
And welcome back, folks, to map number 2 of Onside Gaming versus Gen.G. And we're looking at the channel points lines. It seems like Onside Gaming has made the doubters believers now into this, but you still can't count out Gen.G, right? Maybe they're kind of cooking, but it was just such a dominant start. But I just want to give a shout out to Drakenbreaker, because I believe someone was asking in chat, Ukio Pikachu was asking how the picks and bans work. So thank you for filling that out. In a nutshell, it's you block characters and you lock characters that you want to use. So it's very specific to the teams. It doesn't mean like if I block an Emma, I can't use that Emma unless it's blocked. So yeah, it's very high level gameplay from before the map even starts. So you gotta love.
Yeah, no other game does it like the way we do it here in Marvel Rivals, and it does tend to get a little bit confusing.
So
But yeah,
good.
I appreciate the community covering each
guys.
other, making sure
yeah.
everyone's on the same page, making sure everyone knows what they're getting themselves into. But we look into this match, Gen.G probably didn't expect it going into a map 1 loss to Onside Gaming.
I know some friends, I'm not going to name them, they lost a significant amount of channel points as they messaged me. Shout outs to, you person who said that, who messaged me. But we do have a Rocco that is going to be our next map here. This was the turning point for our friends over at Zero Tenacity that changed things up. And they played very dominant. And I can't believe, Dan, we're at that reality where Onside Gaming not just won up against Gen.G, who we've been kind of gassing up since the beginning, but they won 2-0. It was quite dominant if you think about it. Yes, there were a bit of back and forths, but they won with an unconventional lineup, and they won with their own way. They didn't even switch up their team strategy, but it was Gen.G that was kind of playing to the meta that we know. That's why you gotta love the underdog team. You gotta love the teams that haven't been in the spotlight, because they can surprise us with an Ultron and Rocket combination that completely dominated Baron T'Challa.
Yeah, and we talked about this before, after map number 1, that Onside, if they're able to play at this level despite being denied from so many strategists.
Oh yeah, you're right.
How does that make Gen.G feel? Because that's we talked about it. It's scary.
It is.
And now, even if you ban all these strategists and you still lose, like that's gotta be soul crushing.
A little disheartening, right? Because usually it's priority strategists, and they're gonna start things out with the Jeff, but are we going to see any switch up here when it comes to Gen.G's picks and bans? Because we did see Onside Gaming did lock in the Ultron, did lock in also, I believe, a Star-Lord, just for them to have that bolstered damage. They aren't the ones that picked this matchup, so they will still continue on with their Ultron lock, just because this map also promotes a lot of flyers, and there's a lot of good areas that Ultron can actually use. So we are going to see more of the strategists getting banned out by Gen.G. Mind you, they made it a one-sided Mantis and a one-sided, I believe, Luna. Oh, no, yeah, on the map, on the domination map.
Yep, more strategists being taken away from the table. Gen.G will take the Mantis for themselves and themselves only, whereas on the flip side, Onside look to take the Ultron instead, and more verticality, the better. But do they go for the torch combination here? But Gen.G are also on the defensive side. Also, it doesn't seem like they're gonna do what Zero Tenacity did and just start taking away Vanguards instead, which I think is a very smart move as well.
Yeah, because this is Convoy, and we saw the value of having your pick of Vanguards, right? And that was kind of how Zero Tenacity played it out. At least Gen.G is gonna just save themselves an Emma. which did have impact in the previous game.
Okay,
However,
here we go.
oh god,
Here we
onside,
go.
nice checkmate there. All right, you have the Emma, but you won't have any more teleports. We're taking out the Doctor Strange, and we're saving up the Warlock here for ourselves, so we have access to be able to go for the Karmic Revival.
Yeah, and that's providing to be a good setup when Onside Gaming eventually do play on the defense side. For now, they will be on the attack. Gen.G agreed to start out on defense. And for now, Onside are looking really good if they're able to get a good push down in round number 1. Whereas Gen.G need to hold the fort to their absolute best.
Yeah, I mean, they can... I think they're opting for a triple. Yes, they are. Sorry, I just have to make sure. So this is a possibility, but seems like they're kind of sneaking in a very interesting pick here. I won't spoil it just yet, but Gen.G has already moved out of their spawn locations. They will try to hold up as much as they can. Just to tease you guys, there's going to be some networks and some interesting spiders out and about here for Gen.G. If they they are going to go for it.
They're going for it. Gen.G looking to rock the Penny Parker, who did get a significant amount of buffs as well, especially towards that ultimate. Now that the webs that it creates now slows for a significant amount.
3, 2, 1.
And then now the gates open. Map number 2.
In-Hyuk onto that Doctor Strange, Rebirth onto the Ultron. Still going with the 2 strategist lineup here, but AIM now taking to the skies, taking a page out of Crazy Raccoon's book here with the tandem of Ultron and the Human Torch here. So they could actually clean up the nests real quick here, and they don't have to worry about touching them because they are flyers. In-Hyuk as well, since he is also flying Vanguard here. But the Brawler could actually go 1v1 up against Doctor Strange. We do see that the nests are already placed here as Arako has stopped moving.
Yep, Arako does stand still for the time being. Resistance from Gen.G. The Penny Parker definitely causing a bit of zones coming in. But can it be enough? They need to hold if they want to get an easy-going push in the second round. But for now, Onside looking to do just that, but they do get taken out by Snake.
Yeah, and now it just seems like they're falling one by one here after using that invisible boundary just for that defense. Now they're trying to stagger the Vanguard here in In-Hyuk. Still holding on. WDY has used the Bucky, but we haven't seen much value out of it just yet. He does have the Kraken Impact to work with. Falls dangerously low. And now we do see that Onside Gaming has to worry about that Penny Parker to the left. Ayabagamoto, what a beautiful push. Oh my god, able to actually get the Penny Parker. And now we do see that the Thing also dangerously low. That's one Vanguard off the table for Gen.G. Whoa.
Yeah, and Snake tracks down another as well. An even trade so far from both teams as the ultimates come down, as Tuba goes down, AIM as well. And Gen.G will somehow hold the fort down. A great pull from Felix as well to just top it off.
Yeah, beautiful hold, beautiful defense on the side. Snake knowing when, all right, you know what? There are ultimates flying about. Let me just go for the kill here, and let me go for the finish, the pick-off here on the side of Onside Gaming. But Onside Gaming changing things up now. They are going to Punisher Storm. Dawn still needs to build up that Eternal Bond just so that Final Judgment will be uncontested. Hoodie setting up his clones here. The spider networks also have not been cleaned up, and Brownie getting dangerously low goes back to the spider network. Snake taking out Tuba. This Rocket Raccoon is a left-click Rocket Raccoon, and Snake as well. Adding more to the board here as well as Fall. So spawn camping here.
This is a good look for Gen.G right now. Keep in mind, this is going to set them up for success when it comes to the second round in this map number 2. Whereas Onside, they're looking for all the adjustments, and right now this is their option. Dawn with the Eternal Bond, Tuba as well with the Silent Seduction, AIM as well with Final Judgment available. So many resources on Onside that they could just dump at any given moment. Whereas Gen.G, they kick things off with the Cosmic Yarn.
Okay, answered back with Invisible Boundary here. They still hold strong here. Final Judgment as well as Omega Hurricane coming your way, says Onside Gaming, but has already been spent, and False actually taking out Aim as well, and the Omega Hurricane kind of cleaning up shop here for the side of Onside Gaming. So finally a team fight and a push away from that corner for them to be able to actually push Arako past this Z-like turn.
Yeah, this is a scary part of the map where you could get shoved by an invisible woman, and that's going to be catastrophic. But now Onside don't have to worry about anymore.
No portal as well, so really holding strong here, setting up a turret. Oh my god, WDOI. Gotta be very careful here. We do see a Psionic Seduction on the side of Tuba. Brownie right behind here. Takes out Aim from the backside, and now tries to ease way towards the point here, and we do have Monster just cleaning up anyone that is holding the objective.
Yeah, great cleanup coming in from Gen.G. They're gonna look to be able to hold down the first sight. Monster is flying everywhere. Picks up a triple on the tail end, just throwing haymakers left and right.
Right
as
hand
Gen.G
after right
do deny
hand.
Onside from a point.
Yeah, they definitely woke up in that match. They did not take any prisoners here, and Onside Gaming kind of scrambling, even though they took out a lot of the value of when it comes to strategists and one good Vanguard here. They didn't even need the Doctor Strange because they were still able to hold strong with that 303 composition, triple Vanguards and triple strategists. So how's Onside Gaming going to respond here? Because man, this is tough actually. They have to hold, and they don't have access to that much strategist that they want to have that sustained.
Yeah, all it takes is Gen.G to make it to the first point. It looks like Felix is just going to run the Black Widow just so that he can be able to find anyone playing a little too aggressively on the side of Onside Gaming. We've seen this kind of approach before, and here it is no exception. So Felix will just try to find some sort of value with the Black Widow.
So they do have Karmic Revival. They do have access to Doctor Strange as well. WDY on this Star-Lord did get a lot of good picks off in the first map that we did see in Burn T'Challa. But we do see that Gen.G did switch it up. They are going with the triple strategist now. And Brownie's going to be the sole damage dealer here. As well as we have Monster and False holding up the front lines.
Can Gen.G clap back here? It might have been a little bit of a surprise in map number 1 with Onside taking a quick 2-0 in the round. But Gen.G, they have set themselves up to a map to a victory, as In-Hyuk and Brownie will trade 1-for-1 for the time being.
Brownie's got to be very careful. Yeah, there's a 1v1
be careful as False finds Duba in the tail end of this little skirmish that's been happening, as WDY did dip down into the bottom of the map for a quick second. But right now, Gen.G, this push is going really fast right now. They're already halfway done.
They are, so they need to hold, especially if they're able to bring it a little closer away from that spawn area, but it's getting dangerously close, Dan. So Gen.G still able to hold, and now Rebirth maybe with the Rage just to push them back, able to actually get a 1-for-1 pickoff on both sides. And also WDY being the main damage dealer here is going to be a little tough. False having to go forward here, actually taking out Aim, forcing out Gen.G here. And now we seem like Onside Gaming trying to scramble their way back to Arako, but unfortunately unable to do so here. We do get a cleanup, and there you have it, folks.
Oh,
Gen.G.
Oh, never mind. We're good. We're good. Gen.G get it done. Gen.G, they take map 2 here. It got a little bit close. Onside were close to some of these ultimates that could have stalled a little bit longer, but unfortunately, they just could not get it done. They could not get their ultimates as soon as possible. And in the end, it was all Gen.G in this Arako map. And now we're tied 1 apiece.
I think they knew the fact that they needed to just really press forward and deny any ultimates from being gained, because they know they had Karmic Revival ready. They had so much to work with. They could even switch over to Doctor Strange, but they just had an excellent push. They were just moving as a unit. And this is the Gen.G we know, right? Maybe first map, they were still trying to get their bearings, a bit surprised with how well they played. Onside played domination. So this is the Gen.G we know, right? They're world beaters and they're able to actually get this victory in emphatic fashion. So I wonder if they can still sustain this, and I wonder if Onside Gaming, what they have to pick in map number 3, because they do have that advantage come to the next game.
Yeah, but for now, the only game mode that Onside are able to choose is Convergence. So it's either the Symbiote, it's either Spider Islands. I think it's Spider Islands or Tokyo. I think it's Tokyo or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And then you've also got Central Park. So those really are the only options that.
You could also try the new map with the clouds, if ever there.
True.
If it's available
as well. I'm not entirely sure if Kunlun is available just yet here in Stage 2 playoffs in Season 4.0 as Gen.G and Onside go into map number 3. That was a whole lot of numbers. I hope you all track that down. Anyway.
A number that we are going to see is still, at least, it's going to be a best of 4 here, because they still got to win by 3. And it will guaranteed map 4 at the very least, folks. So Gen.G clapping back here. Onside Gaming kind of compared to the first game, it just seemed like they didn't have any solution coming into this. So we're gonna take a short break. Hopefully Onside Gaming will rebound from this, folks, so don't go anywhere. More of Marvel Rivals when we come back.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. 필요할 때 내가 널 지켜줄게. 간절히 바라면 이루어지는 마법인 거야. 운명의 소리 들려. 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와. 시작이야, let's go. 어둡고 혼란한 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸나. 순간 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야. 좀 더 기다려. 쓰러지지 마. 끝까지 일어나야 해. 어딜 가든지 극복해. 힘은 너에게 있는 걸. 소리 높여 노래를 불러. 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해. 잘 쳐봐. 어둠이 떠 날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐. 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명. 쓰러지지 마. 끝까지 일어나야 해. 어딜 가든지 극복해. 힘은 너에게 있는 걸. 소리 높여 노래를 불러. 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해. 잘 쳐봐. 어둠이 떠 날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐. 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명.
A best of 5 turned best of 3 yet again here in the playoffs of Marvel Rivals Ignite Asia Stage 2. as we head into map number 3 between Gen.G and Onside Gaming. Onside Gaming, unfortunately, we're not able to get done on their own map pick of Raccoon as Gen.G look to keep this momentum going.
Yeah, you got to give it up to all the teams, right? So far, we saw this is the second series of the day, night, midnight, early morning, whatever you're seeing now. It is apparent that, you know what, everyone's kind of going all out. From the group stage, we've got a lot of 0-2s, but here, 1-1s, and now we're heading towards Hall of Jala here. So it is also Onside Gaming's pick. As you said, it was a convergence map, so there could be a tie, but I don't think we're going to get to that. We're going to get that when we get there. But for now, it's going to be very apparent that both teams are kind of in a both dominant position in map 1 and 2. So this is the tipping point on either side, and Gen.G does have that advantage because I'll be honest, comparing the two, Gen.G had more of the shutdown in map number 2 compared to map 1, because there were signs of life on Gen.G's side. I think they just were kind of taken aback with the interesting composition, or they didn't really know how, or they were kind of warming up to it. But now everyone's all warmed up. We are going to try and break this tie streak here in map number 3.
And here we go. Halajalia will be the choice for Onside Gaming. We'll also choose to defend first. I'm not sure. Did they defend first in the second map? I don't remember too much, but either way, it is Onside on the defensive side as we do move on into these picks and bans. Do we see strategists or do we see a Vanguard adjustment like the Strange Denial?
So strategists for now on both sides, but Gen.G switching things up, not going for the Jeff. And I do believe it was Gen.G to be defending first with the Penny team up in Araco. So they'll be the ones kind of pushing the charge here. Not going to waste any time. I think they're going to allow the Jeff to come on through. It just depends if Onside Gaming wants to make it a one-sided Jeff, and they do. Forcing out the Ultron and bringing in the Jeff, and Gen.G having that Mantis, which did work out quite well in the previous games.
Yeah, with the movement speed, with the extra damage, steroid potential. But Onside, they do pick up the Jeff. The first time we've seen it all series.
True.
And will finally make its appearance on map number 3 as these Vanguards and strategists are going to get taken off the table. Gen.G opting to ban out Venom this time around.
Interesting. So they're not going to have the Venom Jeff team up. So I like how Gen.G spotted that. You got that lock, but you do lock in the Star-Lord here. No Adam Warlocks on both sides. Now it's Gen.G's turn to kind of attack and get rid of any other heroes that they could potentially work with. Luna's available to ban out. Nope, but they go for another strategist in the name of Ultron.
Yep, Ultron going to be taken away. A map that is very vertical heavy as well. Halajalia has a lot of open space to work with. Maybe not so much on the third point, but before that, there's a lot of room in terms of verticality, and Gen.G are aware of that, and they will just take it away before it gets out of hand. Both sides, though, do lock in the Star-Lord for themselves.
Last ban is going to be the Magneto. Actually, really good takeout here on the side of Onside Gaming. I actually thought they'd take out the Emma Frost because False is so good with that. Monster kind of adjusts based on who else is left, but man, False doing such a great job being one of the Vanguards here.
Onside looking to use the Hulk Namor team-up ability here, trying to get that laser squid online and ready to go. And especially on the defensive side, it's going to be really, really strong for Onside Gaming. AIM could very well just hide in a little cubby up in high ground, if you do know about that on the first zone.
This is actually really good for them to hold, and this can kind of counter any dive potential on Monster and Brownie. Note that Namor is going to have a hella team up now. Did you see that?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
When he gets KOs, they turn into squids. Ooh, ghost squid, spooky season. Oh, did you see the Jeff Pumpkin outfit too? It's so cute.
Oh yeah, it's so cute. We're gonna have to wait for that. We're still in season 4.
Yeah. It's almost there. Spooky season's about to come in. So We will see how this is going to happen. Rebirth actually positioning himself already to possibly harass, but they do get a shield going on here. So nice. Able to actually control the high ground. Doctor Strange uncontested here. Got to be very careful. They do stay on the other side of the pillar. They're going to switch right away, possibly to Venom, just so he could swing his way towards the point. But nice rotation already on Onside Gaming.
Yeah, they realize that they're going for a portal play, and they quickly adjust their positioning. No one getting caught off guard here. At this point, at the highest level, this is all but expected.
True. And we do see, oh wow, Namor needing help from Jeff there and his Landshark friend. But they do see that Gen.G is actually contesting the point just a little bit. WDY trying to go for the back lines of the three strategists. Playing patty cake, this leaves the front lines open and WDY is out of there.
Yep, they are able to heal each other, keep themselves alive, but can they still keep doing that? Almost.
Yo, and WDY actually uses the teleport.
Yeah.
So godlike. But now Tuba gets eliminated by Monster. So Gen.G, excellent push. They don't have a Hulk to work with anymore. No Vanguards. And slowly crumbling are the defenses of Onside Gaming as Gen.G unlock the point.
Look as you like it. 5 minutes to work with here as they look to keep the push going. Monster getting lasered down by AIM, but that is a tanky symbiote, if you ask me.
Hey man, it was really tough for him to actually survive that 1v1. Staggered just a little bit. They're still holding on to this this Venom team up. Oh, sorry, this Namor team up with Hulk. Hulk trying to save his fellow strategist or his fellow compactor.
Here we go.
And we do have the CYA to keep everyone alive. Galactic Legend is going to be responded. And now unable to actually get any pickoffs here, but you force out a defensive ultimate on the side of Onside Gaming.
Yeah, but they have so many more resources. It's Chef available on Rebirth. AIM also has the Horn of Proteus, and now it's WDY's turn with Rebirth on the Jeff. As the Psionic Seduction does catch out WDY, as everyone trading left and right, as Tuba finds a double. And with the Freedom Charge, they're just going to keep on charging in. Barges in. Snake gets dinked away.
Again, a good stagger on the side of Onside Gaming. AIM up in the rafters in a really good spot to set up his Gamma Squid and also just be able to aim well. Horn of Proteus is also online, so Onside Gaming doing a really good job just holding point here. And this was their idea in the first point, right? So now Gen.G is going to have to reclaim it.
Yep, and Gen.G are trying to do what he can. Monster is up in the high ground, trying to just be that disruption, but everyone on Onside are just piled up on here, and they're not able to get the job done as Brownie gets taken away. Horn of Proteus gets minimal value, but Hoodie able to snipe away AIM.
Oh, now Monster trying to get rid of the strategist here. Actually quite low, and Dawn has taken out. WDY holding on strong here, trying to aim for the strategist away from the Vanguards, getting med packs along the way, and just trying to build up his ultimate. Tuba, unfortunately, at Puny Banner form, will get eliminated by Snake. And Dawn with the CYA to try and hold up shop here, but they're still bunched apart. They need to try and regroup for the next team fight.
Yeah, but it looks like Onside are committing to this fight. Look at this, 3 ultimates online and going right now as Inhyuk takes full advantage of that with WDY, but Rebirth! A 4-man munch into the abyss as Onside will defend.
Someone clip that. That's Jeff in a nutshell, folks. He's all or nothing there. He's able to actually get him. And big stagger. Still 2 minutes left on the board here for Gen.G to work with. So they still have their work cut out for them. Dawn has to be very careful. Dangerously low. Got to keep him alive.
Yep, trying to do what he can to keep his health bar in tip-top shape. As Monster does dive onto Dawn and AIM yet again. He's tried this time and time again. As Rebirth will find Hoodie in the tail end of that fight, but now False trying to laser anyone that he can lay his eyes on as In-Hyuk threatens the freedom charge, but Brownie gets pinned into the corner and taken away.
Ooh, they trade strategists for Vanguard, but AIM able to take out Monster. So next team fight definitely staggers up Gen.G as AIM just tries to put the finishing touches as they push them away from the objective, and he adds the squids in the process, has one more just for them to push them away and tries to get the full on, but AIM quite low. He's gonna go up above here. So if anyone gonna chase him down, no. Monster back in the fray, Goddess of Death, just to add more down the line, and he takes out Dawn.
Somehow is able to thread the needle as Brownie does find Dawn, but here comes WDY, but Brownie is quick to respond. The left clicks proving to be too much for WDY to handle as the Jeff probably did find one, but it's not going to be enough as CYA is just going to be wasted, it seemed like.
Yeah, CYA to keep Jeff alive, but I don't know if he got a swallow to anyone. Felix back in the fray from the back lines, able to take out Rebirth. The screen lights up red. Gen.G take out 3 as they march their way to get the second checkpoint unlocked.
Yeah, now AIM caught in a rock in a hard place. Will get staggered as Gen.G secured a second point, and now Onside. What can you really do here? The laser squid not quite working as you envisioned, but
yeah.
Tuba does have Mega Hulk. AIM has the Horn of Proteus again, but Brownie is being an absolute monster on this Hella.
Yeah, and Monster also just disrupting everyone. He's the only one that's diving, and now we have the World Beater Hulk here, able to try and grab anyone. Oh, but WDY just sending back Monster. And we have Rebirth as well, adding to the board here, putting Brownie back into spawn, trying to stagger, and we continue on here to hold, but we still got 60 seconds, more than 60 seconds on the clock for Gen.G to work with.
Yeah, a lot of time to work with, but WDY overextends a little bit, and Monster is quick to punish it. As the rest of Gen.G looking to go right in. Brownie lasers down AIM and is looking to do the same onto Rebirth. But this is a slippery land shark, so Brownie will let him go for now.
True. We got them clouds going on. This isn't Kunlun. You gotta be able to get some good kidnaps or good pickoffs in this area. We have not contested just yet after that team fight, so Onside Gaming, a lot of checks that they can cash here, folks. Starting out with a CYA, WDY getting real low here, forcing out a defensive ult on Felix's side. Horn of Proteus finally sees 2, but False takes out WDY in the scuffle, and this forces the freedom charge as well as an It's Jeff. Can he actually take out 1? It seems like Rebirth is there, but able to actually take out AIM.
So much going in favor of Gen.G right now as Rebirth finds he got slept on as WDY does find False in the background. Dawn will finally finish off Snake as Gen.G are down 2 members. Monster just trying to buy a bit of disruption, buying a bit of time as the overtime meter does come alive now.
Yeah, also AIM has switched on over to the Wolverine, by the way, just for a little more sustain and a little more fight in the tank. Running right rampant, running roughshot up against AIM. So now it's a 4v6. Monster quite low, but still remains alive. Tuba is the only one left with the World Beater Hulk here, able to actually deny him, and now he's on Puny Banner, and he's taken out. So Onside Gaming, final stand here for them to be able to hold point. We do get a kidnap, but Dawn actually BRBing. In-Hyuk now taking out Snake slowly but surely. They're trying to get a grip on this matchup, and In-Hyuk able to take out a strategist. Tuba, back in the process, gets swallowed and gets spat out right away. They just need to hold up here against the Galactic Legend. Can they hold strong here? Overtime, they need to touch.
They need to touch, they need to stay, but it looks like they're able to hold Onside by the skin of their teeth, denied the 3rd point. I thought Brownie would have been the hero play there, but in the end, it was Onside, just barely denying 3rd point. But still, that is a lot of work for Onside to do right now.
It is. I would say the way Gen.G unlocked that point at the start was really good, but they had problems trying to climb up the alleyway of Jala there, and good holds on Onside Gaming, and they had to switch things up, kind of going for the Wolverine just to get more out of or more value, or just at least stop Monster and False from holding the front lines. So just an excellent back and forth here. The question is, can Onside Gaming force a 3-point game in this matchup? They still got their work cut out for them because Gen.G played flawlessly capturing that point.
It's all gonna matter in this first point. How long does it take for the first point to go down? How long can Gen.G hold off?
I'll take it back to Crazy Raccoons versus Z10, right? It was Crazy Raccoons to actually get 2-0, but it was Z10 to kind of push away from that. So you really want to finish your play and really want to just deny any points, or at least get a 3-point game if you're the one pushing. So hopefully this won't haunt Gen.G, but Onside Gaming now on the push. Let's see. Doesn't seem like they're going to go for a strange portal. They're going to walk down one of the lanes here.
Yeah, Brownie gonna get quickly spotted out. Needs to run for the hills quickly.
Uh-oh.
But WDY isn't able to get it done. Probably will just rejoin the team.
Uh-oh, wow, just running straight towards that Phoenix. So gotta be very careful. Dangerously low, has a teleport, and now Eunhyuk able to actually go 1v1. But man, Phoenix is a good brawler too. Monster now focusing his attention to try and spot anyone out. It's gonna be AIM versus Venom here. Brownie doesn't take anyone out, and his screen lights up red here, taking out Rebirth, but it's all good. Onside Gaming can still try and fight their way back in this matchup.
Yeah, Brownie though, being an absolute god with the left clicks right now. Can cook on the Hela, and now is cooking on the Phoenix.
I like how Onside Gaming is trying to split push their way, but man, just Brownie is just so good at holding up that angle, just so that they are forced to walk down this mid lane, and that you're gonna run straight into Monster and False here. They're not gonna go out without a fight.
Looking scary for Onside right now. They're trying to find any avenue in possible. Rebirth goes down at the same spot, it seems like, but it does have to be RB, so it's not as punished.
Okay, forcing to go for the end song here. Brownie has farmed off so much of the ultimate, but AIM as well. Let's see if he's going to target this one well, just to get any value out of it, and it is all blue here. Onside Gaming takes 2 out of Gen.G, and now they contest here, forcing Felix to dance here, but we do have Meteor M trying to get the AIM, and the Swallow unable to get it just yet. But now AIM is gonna just be able to actually get a pick off here, as well as Rebirth, and now they control the point.
Nice work.
Yeah, do they go for a teleport play? It doesn't seem like they will. Or unless they do, Snake is the one piloting the Strange, but they don't get the point.
Unable to get it, a little staggered there. They couldn't jump on in, but Brownie takes out Dawn. Eunhyuk takes out Brownie, so a trade 1-for-1 here, but the fact remains that Onside Gaming unlocked the point. It's all good. Dawn moves back to the respawn area. Eunhyuk finds the Venom, wants to go 1v1 here.
Oh, there you go. Just trying to catch a bug on the wall.
I know.
The monster is just quite literally making Onside run up a wall right now.
Time to port.
But they're able to zone him away for the time being as AIM takes down Felix. Can he find the 1v1 on Brownie? No, Brownie plays the passive play, but he's just trying to buy a bit of time. Just deny WDY, but I think WDY is only going to be settled with one elimination with the invisible boundary coming alive. But Gen.G are not looking so hot right now. They're crumbling by the seams.
Uh-oh,
WDY is just dancing all over them.
Dude, it just seems like the staggers. They're getting eliminated one by one. And now it just seems like they're forcing team fights that the numbers are at the advantage of Onside Gaming. And now they're making their way up the alley uncontested. They don't go for the strange portal yet. AIM is going to camp far out here just so that we'll get more grounds onto this Panther, the statue of Bast, as Monster is dangerously low, has to be healed up, and Younghyuk now at the back line.
Great AoE coming in, just a little resurgence as well, but Onside are using a lot of their resources as well. Here comes the Jeff. How many did the Jeff eat? We have yet to see, as AIM just in the thick of it, trying to take out False, but the hit scan is a little too much, as Rebirth finds 2. And it's the 2 strategists of Gen.G. And all they have is an invisible woman to rely on.
Yeah, they remain alive here, and it's uncontested. They push past the halfway mark. So it's Onside Gaming, slowly but surely, just marching their way down this hall. And Gen.G, man, just the staggers on their side, falling one by one. They couldn't join the team fight altogether, but now they have a chance to reset. They have a chance to sync up together. AIM has to be very careful. Oh my god, able to take out Brownie.
Better watch your back.
Brownie just explodes without any time to react, but Snake is able to shut down WDY, but WDY comes back with BBRB. We've said time and time again, but the bubble with the Galactic Legend is going to be synergized as well as Hoodie gets taken away, but Snake is still flicking away as they do equalize, but AIM! Roller Phoenix, a playstyle you don't see very often. But AIM does it to perfection.
Dude, cleaning up shop. Just, man, Phoenix is such a brawler with her melee cancels and the hits, and once it stacks up. And right now, AIM's still at that same corner that he took out Brownie. Brownie now seeing AIM, able to take him out with that uppercut. So, a little revenge, a little receipt on Brownie's side. Now, Gen.G really needs to hold here, Dan, because this is their last stand, and 2 minutes on the clock here for Onside Gaming to have this final push going.
Looking good for Onside. It's all in favor for them for the time being. While the rest of Gen.G, they need to hold, like you said, for 2 whole minutes now. That is a long time to play to absolute perfection, as Monster is going to live up to that standard.
Oh my god, the CYA is still helping out, but we do get a crack and impact just for him to get the Jeff maybe, but no, tried to go for the heal, and now a bit of an overextension on Onside Gaming's side for them to actually lose the exchange there. Gen.G now have finally had a foothold onto this matchup. Ever since the statue of Bass was unlocked, it was all Onside Gaming, but 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock. Onside Gaming need to be able to try and push here.
It seems we have company.
The ultimate's available on side of Onside. The only really defensive ultimate is Tuba with the Meteor M, but AIM and WDY having both of their ultimates available could be the difference here. Whereas Gen.G, they do have the invisible boundary, and they need to use it soon, but Felix is there with the bit of both worlds.
Keeping them alive. Phoenix out of the equation here. Tuba's back because of that PRB. We do have WDY out of the equation as well. So Onside Gaming really need to make this last push matter here as the clock is winding down. Gen.G finally able to dominate here. We switch. No, we keep going here. But WDY onto the Winter Soldier could be the difference maker here. Changing out the Star-Lord.
Is that the answer? Is that the correct answer?
30 seconds.
We have yet to see. 30 seconds left as Galacta announces that there is not much time left for Onside as they look to try to force themselves into a match point situation. But Gen.G are not giving this up so easily.
CYA online here, but we do have Invisible Boundary to counter. Also, we have the Ensong Meteor M to work with as well. So it seems like Younghyuk and Dawn, all three are going to be popped, so all the defensive ults are going to be utilized, as well as the Meteor M. Gets the Stalker onto a Vanguard and a Strategist here. Magneto is out of the picture. We do have a death mark on him, so now Rebirth is going to take away one of the Vanguards. Tuba takes out Brownie, but a 2-for-1 pickoff on the side of Onside Gaming, and the BRB is going to even out the odds, not even out the odds, make the odds in favor of Onside Gaming, and just like that, Gen.G unfortunately fall back to spawn.
Oh, they need to make something happen here. The point getting ever so slightly closer, but they're able to tap onto it in time. 0.35 meters left. before Onside make it to match point, and they will do so with a third of a meter left.
Onside gaming, folks. Gen.G raised the stakes 2-0, but they go 3-2. Read them and weep. And the way that they were able to push fast past the alleyways, understood, okay, we got to switch things up. We can't go toe-to-toe with the Star-Lord versus the Bucky. Let's switch things up. And just like that, Onside gaming potentially at match point here for the next game.
This is scary for Gen.G. This is a favorite to win the entirety of stage 2. And with Onside proving that they can go toe-to-toe with the world's best, are now putting Gen.G in a difficult situation right now. All the pressure is on Gen.G. This golden standard here in the Asia region now at risk of getting sent to the lower bracket.
Yeah, that's kind of scary that we're living in this reality where Onside Gaming is about to make one of the biggest upsets in the playoffs of Marvel Rivals Ignite for Asia. That's incredible. That 1 week standard or the 1 week break really helped them out. And man, Gen.G, what can they do to bounce back from this?
Whole lot of question marks, whole lot of exclamation marks as well, as Onside are making very, very big statements off of the heroics of WDY and AIM. Yeah. Props to AIM with the Brawler Phoenix. You don't see it very often.
I mean, Rebirth also with that swallow and just getting that four-person elimination was just so good, as we see the highlights here. And I like that Onside Gaming tried to go for the they tried going for the Gamma Squid lineup here just to stop the thwarting of the dive onto Gen.G. But ultimately, they're the ones to kind of just rotate around the heroes and found the lineup that really worked for them to push for a 3-2 game. So it just seems like Gen.G are kind of set. But I mean, we say like it's a finality, right? But we could go another map 5 because this is Gen.G, and once they do suffer a loss, they do bounce back even stronger. So we can't call it just yet, folks. That's why you got to keep sticking around here for our map number 4. We're going to take a very short break. When we come back, the potential conclusion or the continuation of this matchup. So don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. 필요할 때 내가 널 지켜줄게. 간절히 바라면 이루어지는 마법인 거야. 운명의 소리 들려. 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와. 시작해야 let's go. 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸는 순간 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야. 좀 더 기다려. 쓰러지지 마 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 자충을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명 언제든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 자신을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명 눈이 부신 모든 순간들 지켜내야 해 내가 좋아지려면 꿈꿨던 너와 나 그래 그래서 네 운명에 The way
And we're back, folks, to map number 4, potentially the last match or continuation here until we get map number 5. But you got Potch Spice and Dan holding it down. Just want to give a quick shout out to our friend PDX Snipe, 3 of 3 betting on the underdog. He's up 70k. Let's go. But
That's a whole lot of channel points.
I will give a shout out to Charlie GG. How was I wrong twice, bruh? I don't know, man. We had this caveat, right, that anyone can win this, and that's why, even though it seemed like kind of an underdog story here, the underdogs are biting back here and forcing Gen.G's hand, and in a weird fashion here. And it seems like Gen.G is going to be picking domination. We're going back to Hell's Haven in map number 4.
It's interesting because back in map 1, it was all onside. They had so much control throughout the entirety of that first map, and Gen.G they're going for a domination map. So this is a bold move from Gen.G.
Yeah,
If they think that they
too.
have a chance to force a deciding map number 5, and with Gen.G picking domination here in map number 4, that means. I hope not. I'm thinking way into the future. There is a world where we see a map 6 in the best of 5. I'm just gonna put it out there. There is a world that happens.
You're
Do
right.
we get there? I don't know, maybe. But
we'll
we have a lot. We have a lot of what's it called? We need a lot of things to go in order for that to happen. We need a lot of
You're
things
right.
for it to get to that
Yeah.
point, but
For
for
those
now we should ground ourselves to the present.
Yes, let's do that as we talk about Hell's Haven. Domination, usually, yeah, we have seen them actually be really good in domination, even in the stage 1. But this is Gen.G 3.0. We did see also Onside Gaming having the formula to actually go have a route to success up against Gen.G. So are they going to duplicate that same type of Ultron Rocket lineup in this matchup? And let us know also how your channel points are doing, because I'm glad that we're commentating. We have to be professional here, Dan, because I don't have any channel points on the line. But man, I would have gotten my prediction wrong here.
Oh yeah, no, this has been a flip-flop of a series, just like the first one between Crazy Raccoon and Zero Tenacity. But as we enter into this map number 4, yep, both sides will ban out the Jeff. In a way, it was a huge mistake on Gen.G's part for allowing Onside to pilot the Jeff.
That's true.
And yeah, that punishment was just too much. And now Gen.G, they're not going to make that same mistake again.
Yeah, it seems like they're both locking in the Ultron here. So that's Onside Gaming was prominent with that strategy, but now it seems like Gen.G, since this is their map choice, or they selected to go here, I think they have something up their sleeves. We did say that with Hall of Jala, but man, Onside Gaming was able to shut that down. So still targeting the strategists here. It's still all good. Kind of a mirror match of sorts, or a deja vu moment from the first domination match we saw between these two. So on this side, yeah. Oh, okay. So taking out the torch. And now this is actually really good on the side of Onside Gaming. They were the ones to kind of break that mold also, to not go all strategist and go for vanguards as well. And duelists as well.
But Gen.G is sticking to their plans. We'll just fill up on their strategist. We'll take the Ultron, we'll take the Luna Snow, and deny it on the side of Onside, as Onside now going to deny Mantis, and now both sides not having access to that Guardian of the Galaxy.
They could lock in Warlock if they want, but they can also lock in a duelist as well. And they
Yep.
will lock in that duelist with that Starlord. WDY on that Starlord is actually godlike. So I don't blame him for doing that, but now we got a ban out of Captain America of Inhyuk, which was kind of the difference maker. So I wonder what other heroes he has in his pool in this matchup. Seems like he might have an Angela.
Yeah, Angela might be the option here. Venom is also a great pickup here, especially on this map, Hell's Heaven. So many angles to run up walls, dive in, and that's exactly what Monster's going to look for. Maybe soon. But anyway, yeah, Gen.G's map pick here. Domination, a bold move, like we said. Onside did dominate in the first time these two teams played against each other in a domination map, aka map number 1. And here, Gen.G looking to try and force a map number 5.
Oh, that's map number 5, man. That's crazy, bro. This is good training for you for grand finals. But man, I did not expect. I thought we were gonna kind of slowly jog before we sprinted our way to a best of 5. But I would say that the 4 teams are definitely spoiling us with the back and forth matches. So we just have to wait and see how Gen.G is going to take this one, because they want to be able to stay alive here at the upper bracket. Inhyuk is going to show us an Angela here. So let's see if Gen.G is going to regret banning out the Captain America and now has to face the wrath of Angela.
Yeah, Angela's going to be tough to play against, especially if you're a flyer, keeping tabs on that flying Vanguard as Rebirth opens things up with the pick onto Snake, and WDY will follow suit.
Good pickoffs on Onside Gaming, and they continue on here to stagger the Vanguard. They have one more to work with, so slowly but surely taking precious trade-offs on the side of Gen.G here. So a team fight 1, and Onside Gaming control the mission area here in Hell's Heaven.
Done. What's next?
Surely Onside don't shut out Gen.G here in this round number 1, I should
That's
say.
the curse. I don't know. Yeah, can't call
Surely
me-
not.
Surely. Don't call me Shirley. But anyway, we see that
Anyway,
Inhyuk
yeah.
now is gonna try and set up a flank here. Snake has to be very careful as he tries to make the approach happen. Monster now setting up some walls. No synergy with the Mantis. Brownie, trying to 1v1 up against AIM, but able to actually push a little bit away from them. But Brownie, be very careful with his uppercut. It is buffed out. Can't escape from his uppercut.
Yep, but now Brownie, the adjustment onto the Winter Soldier, but Rebirth has other things to say. Takes out Felix with the Rage of Ultron. Can he find more? Doesn't seem like he will do so, but that is extra pressure onto Gen.G while they are down a member, as a great skewer coming in from Inhyuk takes down False and takes down more as Brawler AIM comes back yet again to haunt Gen.G.
Yo, Onside Gaming once again, just with the Rebirth, Ultron, and also Dawn on this Raccoon. It's working out, and dare I say, Inhyuk is having more impact compared to Captain America, and Tuba just takes out Hoodie, so it's going to be a 5v6. They have to wait for their teammate to come back for a 6v6 to go on.
They've almost got it, says Galacta, as 85% now in favor of Onside. Felix gets taken away, but AIM is traded out by Snakes and Song Inferno. As Brownie trying to do what he can to get that execute down, but it looks like he's not going to be able to. Hoodie gets caught out yet again. Felix needs to keep this team alive. So many blinking health bars, but the percentage point hits 100. As Onside take control and shut out Gen.G in round number 1.
Dan, I'm going to bring it back to what you said at the start. The concern you brought out at the start is you said that Onside Gaming was just so dominant here, and they continue. That's 3 straight for domination, by the way. If you count the first 2 domination maps, that's 3 for 3. And they still haven't found a solution to the Ultron rocket combo.
If I remember correctly, I don't think Gen.G have gotten a single percentage point every time.
Wait, no,
time
they did.
Played. They did for a tiny bit.
For a tiny, like 16%. But
Yeah, it was like
that was a
16%,
shutout.
but still.
Yeah.
This one was a shutout for sure.
Yeah, and it got forced to the 99% Onside Gaming's part. Gen.G was able to push it, I think, to the 30% mark, but man, they are on their heels, folks. If you guys are Gen.G supporters, y'all need to make your voice to be heard in chat, because Onside Gaming, if they win this map, it's done and dusted. They still stay alive in the upper bracket. Gen.G switching things up. Brownie is going to go with the Psylocke now.
Oh boy, here they come.
Yeah, they needed to pull out so many things from their playbook here, as Enyuk just being an absolute nuisance right now. Can he get a kidnap off? We'll see, as AIM repositioning
Whoa.
yet again forces out the fate of both worlds. And
Not
now the fight begins as Rebirth trying to support the team with the Rage of Ultron, as Felix's ultimate
Hey.
now expiring. Monster will open things up with a pick onto Dawn.
That's good. They don't have any strategists for the heals now. It's only Rebirth, but he does not have the Rage of Ultron. He does have the heal bot. So Gen.G have been able to actually win this team fight, and they can kind of control the point from here on out.
Nice. Yeah, great cleanup, great fight coming in from Gen.G. And are showing signs of life here, but how long can they control this site? It does seem likely, as Gen.G have so many ultimates to work with, whereas on the flip side of Onside, they're still close to their ultimates, but they should be able to get it soon enough.
True, we're going to start out with a freedom charge by Monster just to make sure the fight lasts in this area. Dawn! Oh, wow, Brownie taking out AIM here in the process, and we continue on. The switch up to Psylocke has definitely paid dividends so far on Gen.G's side, and they only spent 2 ultimates here, so they're still holding on to a defensive ultimate and also Brownie and False.
And the pressure coming in as Gen.G look to push the objective. And again, the ultimate economy still in favor of Gen.G right now.
I think this is
Three
where we can
ultimates
start
available.
to see where Onside Gaming need more defensive ultimates, because right now they're coming into this team fight with all firepower, right? So the sustain is going to be really tough. We're going to see Captain America get a pick off of AIM. So AIM, unfortunately, getting caught out here in the open trying to flank. But Snake trying to get a pick off here. They're going to have to regroup. They're going to have to find their bearings. And Gen.G now have finally figured out their way in this matchup, and they're being relentless with it.
Snake is absolutely dialed in right now, just landing the shots. And now Gen.G, they're looking good right now. There is a world where they force a round number 3 unless Onside have something to say about it. Enyuk is wrapping around. No one's on the side.
Oh my God.
Do they know? They figure it out. Yep, Brownie figures it out, catches Enyuk's bluff.
But now it's actually gonna be, he's gonna kidnap, and now they force the overtime from happening. We have the heal bot as well as the Star-Lord ultimate ready, but they do get taken out. BRB is gonna be given back to Inkyuk, but AIM is out of the fray. We do see Rebirth trying to go for the Rage of Ultron just for that push, and Song just to clean up shop here, but we do have a CYA to work with here. So final team fight for Onside Gaming to just try and push this point, and they're able to capture it.
Oh, the comeback coming in from Onside. How much longer can they hold it, though? You have yet to see as Gen.G look to regroup.
They
Monster
will
and
be-
Hoodie are close to their ultimates. Onside already have 2 to work with.
They do now. Feast of the Abyss trying to get a pick off. Oh, 3 for 1, but
2 for
no,
2.
Brownie actually takes 2 for 2 now. Brownie being in the back lines here, doing so much value here. And we do see WDY trying to get a pick off of the Vanguard. And now Rebirth gonna get a piece there. Brownie's out of the picture. And we do see Onside Gaming still holding strong here as they push past the 30% mark.
Oh, they're a third of the way there in this comeback in round number 2. But Gen.G need to regroup. Hoodie and Brownie now this time have their ultimates. Stay close to the end Song Inferno, but look at the other side. Onside have a lot of ultimates to work with, but like you said, it's all firepower and no defensive utility ultimates available. But do they really even need it as Snake snipes down Rebirth? WDY with the legendary, doesn't quite land it, but does find AIM.
Now it's still gonna be tough for them. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Great plays coming in. Great picks as well. And now Gen.G have to hold down the fort, but Rebirth is threatening with the portal.
Okay, Rebirth onto the Doctor Strange here, and now it just seems like they have one strategist. Can Dawn actually build up the CYA for another team fight? He's only at 76%. He can only hold for so long. End Song is going to be used, but Snake just gets himself out of there. And we do see an elimination onto the rocket, and the feed lights up blue here for Gen.G to hold. And that is going to be a map number 3, folks, that captures Hell's Heaven.
Gen.G finally showing signs of life here in this domination format. Here in map number 4. They just need one more round to force another map of 5 here tonight, back to back.
I really think when it came down to it, Gen.G's win condition was just staying above the ultimates and just hunkering down on Dawn. Once Dawn was out of the fray, they had no sustain. So now we're seeing a triple strategist lineup. They have a Warlock in the mix. Aim has changed out, folks. So now this is where Onside game. Oh no, he's not. Dang, I don't know if he's going to go for it. But that was actually going to be the case where they kind of go for the triple strategist, but they're still going to persist here as Aim is going to still stick with the Phoenix here.
Yeah, Gen.G looking like a more dive composition with Brownie and Monster. The rest of Gen.G could definitely get into the mix and get into a brawler state. But for now, this is all it takes here. Gen.G win, we force another map 5, but Onside, if they win this round, they complete the upset. So both storylines, very much a banger. We're gonna get to see which one comes out on top as Monster looks to dive in and get things started.
Oh, dropping down Heaven here, but we still stay alive. Get another dive in as Tuba tries to get a pick off, and it seems like Onside Gaming take a 2-person pick off of a Gen.G. WDY now aiming for the backlines, coming in, guns ablaze in here as they capture the mission area, and Brownie's the only one remaining. Has to be able to just follow suit and go back to his team.
I'll patch you up.
A bit of a breather. Both these teams, Gen.G looking to regroup as Onside are in control for now. Gen.G need one hell of a fight now, but on the side of Onside, they have so many ultimates to work with, but Brownie has a prime target, and it's the Rage of Ultron. Can he shut it down in time? Yes, he will. As the rest of Onside are getting low. WDY going legendary right now. But can he find any more? Looks like he's only going to settle with one in the hands of Monster. Hoodie also threatening the invisible boundary. When will it be used? When is it time? As the End-Song Inferno going to be used as well.
Okay,
that End-Song Inferno doesn't quite land the mark. Snake also using his as well.
So yeah, just doing a bit of cleanup here, and Snake taking out Aim. We continue on the team fight here. Onside kind of staggered, and it just seems like Brownie is just winning these 1v1 exchanges, and Snake just putting the finishing touches here as they try to capture the point. They will capture it, but at 70%, a little too close for comforts as Gen.G, but regardless, once they dominate the area, it's going to be hard for Onside Gaming to kind of come back into this. Note, when it comes to ultimates as well, Dawn is still at 75% with his CYA. Rebirth as well. They're changing things up. They're going to go with the Warlock now.
Enemy ahead.
Yep, Warlock going to be online now. Like you said, Gen.G heavily in favor in terms of ultimate economy, and they're going to take full advantage of that. Freedom charge, go right in. They are free to do as they please as Gen.G just destroy Onside in front of their own spawn.
He did, and it all started with Brownie, and he's already built up enough charge for his ultimate. He's gonna hang around here and just wait for the backlines to come into his trap for that dance of the butterflies. So the Warlock's still unable to actually find any value just yet, but this next team fight, they don't need to force it, right? They need to make sure that they know that Brownie is ready for the dance of the butterflies. A little too far in. They tried to go for an end song as well, but the CYA keeping everyone alive.
Need to run for the hills now, but Felix wants everyone to go back in. The Psionic Seduction is zoning so many members of Onside Gaming in here. Now stuck, forced to use the Meteor in a close quarter situation, but not enough damage to take out anyone.
Oh, and Kraken Impact just to build the real estate advantage. Brownie, oh my god, unfortunately for Onside Gaming gets caught out there. Oh, we do have a counter but it is actually here. So now they stay alive. They push past 80%. Inhyuk trying to push, trying to get some elims. They're actually able to get a 1-for-1 pickoff. Aim is still can actually come back into this team fight, but Gen.G slowly falling as Tuba goes for the Psionic Seduction for the cleanup.
Just barely. Onside are able to take control. Gen.G, do they opt to use the portal here? It looks like they're not gonna do it just yet. But now Onside, they're running full court press right now. All they need to do is just hold off Gen.G for 15 seconds.
Oh, man.
Monster trying to buy a bit of time. Here we go. The Freedom Charge comes in. This is probably the most important ultimate of their life. As Brownie, Monster, Brownie double, everyone falls. Gen.G, my voice can't take it. I don't think Onside can take this fight no longer either.
But the portal, and they
the
can't
portal
even get to the spot. Oh my god, that was so close. And there you have
we
it.
see a map number 5 again.
In game number 2, folks. Series number 2. Of course. I wouldn't be surprised if we go map number 5 throughout the entire day, but wow. Just the way that they were able to fight back, I really feel like, I mean, they switched to the Warlock, but they swapped out the Ultron. So, and they switched it out for the Bucky. So they still didn't play triple strat, and they really played to the timing of the Rocket. And unfortunately, Rocket, once he's taken out of the fray, Brownie knew he just had to go for the backlines, go for the Rocket, and they couldn't survive any team fights without the BRBs or the CYAs. So Gen.G understanding that that's how they play it. It took them 3 maps to understand it, but once they did, it was actually a really good game for Gen.G.
Yeah, 3 rounds is what it took, and now Gen.G forcing Onside in a do or die scenario. And now, effectively, this becomes a best of 1. Both teams have a chance to move on to the upper bracket or get sent to the lower bracket in a single map. And Onside are going to be the ones choosing that.
Dan, can I just say that this is still upper bracket, right? Imagine the stakes, imagine the urgency when they're fighting for their tournament lives, right? If they're fighting this hard right now, I can't imagine how intense, how gut-wrenching or how heartbreaking the matches would be when it comes down to the lower bracket. And this is only like we're not even halfway done throughout the day, folks, and it's already been about 4 hours. So they're really giving us their all here. So we got to put respect on the names of Onside Gaming and Gen.G for bringing each other to that limit. Yes, we did say Gen.G was the favored ones, but it seems like Onside Gaming are playing like they belong here and they want to make a claim to remain in the upper bracket.
That's exactly what Onside are doing, and they're doing just that. But can Onside finish the upset, or do Gen.G shut down the Cinderella run before it even starts? We'll figure this out in a deciding map 5, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
누워진 밤하늘을 가로질러 Oh yeah, oh yeah 필요할 때 내가 널 지켜줄게 간절히 바라면 이루어지는 마법인 거야 운명의 소리 들려 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와 시작해야 let's go 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸는 순간 신비롭게 널 기다려 I'll be there 쓰러지지 마 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 잘 총을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 지워지지 말 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 잘 미쳐봐 한도 믿어 내일까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 세계 운명 눈이 부신 모든 순간들 지켜내야 해 내게 좋아지려면 꿈꿨던 너와 나 그래 그래서 내 운명에 The way of
Magic number 5, folks. We are still strong. Casters are going overtime, but so are you guys. So shout outs to each and every one of you that is joining us. Shout outs to Mazda the Clown. Sorry, I don't have chat up. It's on my phone right now. So shout outs to each and every one of you that's joining us. Don, Hokage, Sunday, Jung, T-Mac, Johnny, Jung, Gisales is here. What's going on? Dan, how is your voice holding up? We got 2 more series after this.
It's hanging on a thread right now. I don't know if we've got another map 5 to deal with, the back-to-back, and it's only day 1 of the playoffs. And like you said before we went to the break, if we're seeing all of these teams fight like we are right now, what would we see if they were playing for their tournament lives? This is still upper bracket, so they still have one more match to play if they still do lose out here in this first round. But oh my gosh, the potential is massive.
I'll tell you what we can expect. We can expect the map number 8 in a best of 7 grand finals if possible. But we will wait. Again, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves because right in front of us is map number 5 between Gen.G and Onside Gaming, and we did build up Gen.G. We built up also Crazy Raccoons, as Crazy Raccoons undefeated. Gen.G, the franchise team, having a resurgence with only losing to rejects. So we really can't call it. I feel like this match was the most unpredictable one because at first we were like, oh yeah, Gen.G's got this, and all of a sudden Onside Gaming dominated in domination, and then all of a sudden Gen.G coming back in. Third map, holy smokes. Gen.G, Onside Gaming pulling out a hat trick, just being so dominant. So now they have advantage in map number 5. I can't call this. I hope you guys aren't in channel point debt because of how we're kind of building this up. Just go with your heart. And it seems like our heart is heading towards Central Park.
Yep, Central Park going to be the final map of this best of 5 series. And that's going to be chosen by Onside Gaming. Onside Gaming also choosing to defend first. And this is the convergence map of choice for Onside, as Gen.G will look to be on the offensive first.
When it comes to the picks and bans, I think the big difference maker in map number 3, and you pointed this out, was the Jeff factor. On Rebirth, had so much value, it was MVP. So I think we could kind of expect first ban is Jeff on both sides. Jeff is really good on this map, has a lot of areas where he can dump people from the swallow. So it really could come down to how we played Hall of Jala, but without the Jeff anymore. So I wonder how they're going to play this out, because Onside Gaming is kind of a fan of the 2-2-2 lineup, while Gen.G really experiment with the 3 strategist, and you have Brownie in the mix there, just kind of being that solo duelist carry.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of different adjustments coming in from Onside Gaming, as well as Gen.G, but Onside, and with the likes of AIM just being that brawler Phoenix that we cover time and time again, he is just absolutely crazy with it. But Snake is also making a name for himself with the Phoenix pick as well. So it's going to be a big question mark. Do Onside want to ban out the Phoenix? Do Gen.G want to ban out the Phoenix? But that is only time will tell as we head into the draft for the final time between Onside and Gen.G. And what do we expect?
Surprise, surprise.
A Jeff double ban? Yep, there we go.
Yep. Your name's Jeff? Yeah, you're not on the list. Don't invite Jeff to the group chat here. No, he's not going to Central Park, folks. Unfortunately, this land shard ain't walking in Central Park. But we will see Gen.G lock in that Ultron and possibly go for, unless Onside Gaming locks in their Ultron, they kind of want to ban it out. Or actually, they seem very comfortable with the Ultron matchup up against Onside Gaming. So it's really up in the air with how Onside is going to play this. They usually ban out Mantis or another strategist to start things out, and they're going to just follow that.
Yeah, Mantis going to be taken away. Now Onside have the opportunity to pick a hero for themselves. What will be the choice coming in? Ultron was the choice for Gen.G, but do Onside look to do the same? Yeah, they will.
What I've noticed with Onside is, yes, they lock in a strategist, and then they kind of go with a duelist. They go with Star-Lord, which on WDY is kind of godlike, but they were able to shut that down. So both Mantis getting locked out here on both Onside Gaming and Gen.G side. Now the question is, do they allow the Warlock to come out? This is where Onside Gaming kind of attacks the duelists. So yeah, they go for the
ban.
Yeah, the torch ban from Gen.G.
Yeah, it denies the torch Ultron combo that other teams do like to pull off. A very standard team composition that does work very well. I wouldn't be surprised if Onside do lock the torch for themselves. Or is that asking for too much here? Yep, asking for too much. Yep, it's going to be the Venom instead.
Well, they did really well with that Venom. I think what I would have liked to see also is they lock in the Captain America, because the Captain America had so much value in the maps that they did win. But it seems like they want to lock in Venom, and this allows Gen.G to deny Eun-hyuk with that Captain America. So possibly playing to that Angela strategy, because this is a map where she does shine in.
Yeah, Angela also a very strong pickup like you just mentioned, but Gen.G also going to take away the Captain America for Onside Gaming. You could probably argue the impact that Captain America's ultimate has, providing bonus health to everyone inside of the Star Spangled Path. As the bans do wrap up, and it's going to be Luna going to be the lock for Gen.G.
I like that Onside Gaming was able to deny the Warlock. I mean, they do have Strange on both sides, but a good Warlock ultimate could be the difference maker.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of good spots where you can kind of hide out, especially once we reach towards the Dracula castle, that he can kind of put it in small shelters. As long as no one's actually there, that's all right. Unless you have like a bull in a china shop situation where Wolverine's there just to get the kidnap going on. But it seems like Onside is going to be defending, as we did see in the first in Hall of Jala. So we just have to wait and see how Gen.G is going to choose to approach this matchup.
Ooh, yeah. On the offensive side is Gen.G. How does Onside also hold off? We've seen some aggressive positionings coming in past matches here on Central Park. And AIM also looking to be on the Phoenix. Will he go full brawler mode? It is a zone that Gen.G need to take control of, so I wouldn't be surprised if AIM finds an opportunity to just go right in and just start animation canceling on everyone. But only time will tell. As the final time these two teams will play against each other in the upper bracket. As Onside looking to complete the upset, and Gen.G doing the flip side, preventing themselves from other embarrassment.
But I will say this, Onside finally going triple strategist here with a cloak and dagger. Oh my god, a WDY just taking out Brownie as he was actually trying to had his sight set on AIM. So yeah, cloak and dagger. We also have Invisible Woman, and we also have Karmic Revival on his side. So Onside Gaming playing the triple strategist to the sustain to hold, not going for the triple, but Gen.G now still have a lot of chances for them to try and capture this mission area, but getting there is going to be the hard part. We're looking at Hoodie now, trying to set up a good angle here as he tries to go for the pulse of Invisible Woman.
Yeah, right now the job as a strategist is just stay up in the cover, but also have enough line of sight to keep your teammates alive. And it looks like Gen.G are doing just that, but unless Hoodie gets picked off by Duba. And now that early pick might make Gen.G run for the hills unless they look to go for more. Brownie now on the Ultron, the Ensong Inferno going to chunk down many members of Onside, and it's going to be enough to take out Eun-hyuk.
But we do have the Eternal Bond just keep everyone alive, as well as the end song just to do a little bit of cleanup and forcing out the invisible boundary. And now they're actually pushed on a little bit away. Tuba now trying to find his mark, and it lands on Felix. So they hold up strong here. The strange portal on Inhyuk is going to add more bodies onto the mission area here as Onside Gaming holds strong here.
Oh, this is not good for Gen.G. Already the timer down to halfway. Inhyuk even uses the strange portal to keep Onside together. As the rest of Gen.G need to find a different way in. They need to find a different option or just a different approach.
Yeah, it just seems like now they have Karmic Revival, so this next team fight, if it doesn't go their way, they have a retry. Inhyuk now has built up. He's just switched to the Doctor Strange. He already has an Eye of Agamotto. He's already teasing it here at the second floor here on this bridge area. Aim now, animation cancel as it's way for Monster to get eliminated. And unfortunately, Hoodie wasn't able to sustain with the invisible boundary, but they go back and forth. We have a Karmic Revival on the side of Onside Gaming for them to get back into this team fight.
Yep, Eternal Bond to counteract Brownie's Rage of Ultron. And it does look like the Onside are going to hold for just a bit longer. But look at the timer. 1 minute left, but Falls is able to find one. The Eye of Agamotto is going to find Snake, who is in the middle of the Galactic Legend. But he's not going to be able to find anything. Great timed ultimate coming in from Falls with the Santa Seduction. It's going to zone away everyone of Onside Gaming. The Meteor not quite landing the mark either on the side of Onside Gaming.
And now it just seems like
Gen.G push in. Can they get the job done to secure this first sight?
uh-oh, we do see, yeah, they are bullying their way here. Aim T-posing, waiting for the right mark for the end song to be able to just add a little bit of value, able to take out False. They hold strong here, Dan. They're unable to actually push all the way, and now Monster with an photo. We still stay alive with the bubble, not quite able to actually get the Maelstrom of Madness, and just like that, Gen.G have unlocked the point right at the nick of time before the overtime would have been pushed, and Snake now just cleaning up shop, taking out Aim. It was a good hold, but Gen.G now are pushing.
Monster, the hero play with the Eye of Agamotto, finds 3 all bunched up together, and just with one quick swift swipe takes out what is left of Onside Gaming, and Gen.G can breathe a sigh of relief as they do take control of the first site, but now they need to go for more if they want to comfortably put themselves in a good spot for round number 2.
Yeah, cleaning up Monster there, and also there was a Galactic Legend that was countered by the Eternal Bond, and WDY just lighting up the board here with the right clicks. We do see Psionic Seduction just to give a little space on the side of Gen.G, just for them to be able to push the objective. We're going past, we're past the 2-minute mark of this matchup, and Brownie is gonna try and get some pickoffs, forcing out the invisible boundary on both sides, while WDY does have that Karmic Revival.
Karmic Revival is available, but Felix gonna get taken down. WDY forced into the cocoon. Will he use the Karmic Revival? We'll see. But it looks like Onside are all still alive and well.
Aim doing a good job setting up angles here just so there are no flank opportunities on the side of Snake nor Brownie. So we do have a Feast of the Abyss ready to come online, but Aim also has his end song to work with. Tuba also has a Meteor, and we start things off with a Feast, but we have taken out Tuba in the process, and Karmic Revival, but Snake is here just to play spoiler.
Yep. Snake tries to take down WDY, but WDY still gets the Karmic Revival down in the nick of time. As Snake will find Rebirth, but it looks like it's all Gen.G right now in this fight. The Karmic Revival falls flat. Gen.G push on forward.
Yeah, and this allows Onside Gaming to just push their, well, actually, it allows Gen.G to kind of push their way. Aim was in a really tough spot there. They need to try and hold the point. Tuba can come in with that Meteor M, but can only get countered with pretty much nothing. They have Snake with the Galactic Legend that can get denied with that Meteor M. And immediately pushing it right away. Rebirth also having the visible boundary just to hold up shop here. False now is the only one that's holding strong here. Gets a pick off. No, not quite. Everyone still stays alive, but a Feast can possibly help out and able to actually get a 4-person takedown.
The burst damage coming in from Monster with the Feast, with the tethers. Just wipes out Onside. And it's going to be an ace in favor of Gen.G. And they will push on forward, but now this is probably the most difficult part to take control of, especially with those stairs. A lot of disruption can spell the end of a push or a defense.
We have to wait and see how they're going to try to play this one out, because Gen.G pushing forward here as the objective continues to climb Dracula's castle, and also 60 seconds remaining for them to be able to make this 3-point gain happen. And Brownie has set up a really good angle. He's also getting pocket healed, and Snake as well. Good crossfire that they're setting up here. So forcing Onside Gaming to bunch all together.
They're just finding their perfect moment to strike. Onside, though, have a lot of ultimates available to work with. Tuba leading the charge, using the bubble to deny any sort of crowd control coming in, but the barrage of ultimates coming in. Which team will come out on top here as the Song Inferno and Dawn team up to find 2. Onside have the man advantage right now. Karma Revival is available as a safety net as well on Onside, but Gen.G are getting staggered. They're getting taken out left and right. Brownie switches over to the Strange. It's going to be a Desperation Portal play coming in, but AIM is able to take out Monster in time. But here comes the Portal. Overtime achieved, but everyone falling to their deaths as Inhyuk is able to find Hoodie, AIM, and WDY, but Snake is going to be using the Galactic Legend. Will find a double. But is it enough? Is it going to secure the 3rd point? We'll see, as Onside falling before their eyes is the rest of Onside. But WDY does have the Karmic Revival. That safety net is going to be used. But Gen.G also using everything as well. But now Inhyuk, it's his turn. And the feed lights blue as Onside deny a 3rd point. Just like that. And now Gen.G need to defend from 2.
That Karmic Insurance really came in clutch, able to actually revive 1 Vanguard and 1 Strategist, I believe. And man, it looked really well for Gen.G at one point, but just unlocking the mission area was just an uphill battle. Onside Gaming had such a good hold, but once they were able to do that, it was just so good. So now we switch the roles up. I'm looking at Gen.G. They don't have a Karmic Revival. They still have the Strange to work with. They don't have no Jeps and no Mantis for the damage boost. So could this be an Adam Warlock difference because they can run this triple strategist very well? They do have an Ultron, but the Ultron can only take you so far, and they don't give you those retries. And I would say WDY on the Warlock was getting really good value out of it in that 2nd checkpoint unlock. So only time will tell here, folks, but now we're going to find out here. It's going to be settled in this last half. Will it be Gen.G to move forward, or will Onside Gaming have one of the biggest upsets here in Marvel Rivals Ignite Asia?
Fly away.
So much tension building up here. 10 seconds left. Can Gen.G hold down the fort? Can they save themselves from a shock upset? Onside Gaming are also 2 points away from making the upset a reality. An open qualifier team that came in qualifying into stage 2, now a few points away, a few meters away from achieving a win against Gen.G, but Brownie wants to shut that down. Will take down Rebirth as soon as the fight begins.
Brownie has both the Snowflake and the healing pot of Ultron, just so that he'll be able to survive for as long as he can. So good gank, I'd say, on Brownie's side. Onside Gaming forcing the Winter Soldier in this map, as well as aim onto the Phoenix. So they do have bit of a sustain onto the Cloak and Dagger and the Invisible Boundary here. So It just seems like Onside Gaming have to slowly but surely kind of force their way into the mission area to unlock the checkpoint. But Gen.G can just hold strong. Starts with an Eternal Bond for them to be able to get something going, but Brownie takes out Inkyuk as well as False. So, seems like a bit of a stagger here on Gen.G's side.
Yeah, the Eternal Bond does allow access onto the site, but Onside are just crumbling as soon as they step foot onto it. And they're going to have to look to adjust yet again.
Yeah, it seems like maybe the switch up possibly on WDY. Maybe he wants to go Star-Lord for Star-Lord here, but we haven't seen anything yet. Maybe he's just waiting for the Kraken Impact to come online just to see if that'll be able to work its magic. Aim still as a hit scan is actually really good. Brownie now forcing his hand here, trying to go for the Galactic Legend while we do see Aim trying to snipe out the Ultron.
Brownie doesn't quite land any eliminations just yet, but here comes the Fate of Both Worlds just to allow Gen.G to secure and buy as much time as possible. And they do so successfully. They're keeping Onside at bay, but Onside, they do have responses to work with.
They do. They do have an invisible boundary, but that doesn't move you any closer towards that point. And you also have the End Song Inferno, and you'll actually have the Meteor M to work with. So, Psionic Seduction gets countered. So nice boundary that is set up. It's important to set up boundaries, chat. It's boundaries are always welcome. But now we do see that Hoodie is trying to just keep alive a monster in the fray.
Here comes Aim.
There you have it.
The animation cancels. Oh my goodness, so much ultimates being invested, so much resources, news, and it's all for this first point. 1 minute left on the timer. Onside Gaming, they don't have much time to work with, but they're looking good right now as they are able to find one in the hands of Brownie. Gen.G now at a man disadvantage. Snake dangerously low. Hoodie doing his absolute best to keep himself alive, but Brownie comes back into the fray just like that with a teleport from False. And now Gen.G looking to take control, looking to overtake the man advantage here on this first point. As there's 40 seconds left Onside, you are not in a good spot right now.
Definitely not. So they are definitely staggered and out of sync here as they try and make their way back towards the area. 30 seconds left on the clock, but they have not responded yet to Brownie and his ganks. WDY has finally changed up to the Star-Lord, but will it be a little too late here because Brownie can keep them at bay with a Galactic Legend. Rebirth does have another boundary ready to be set up, but clock is winding down, folks. Can Gen.G still holds strong, be the immovable force as we go for a Galactic Legend. It gets responded though as they try to march their way down a point.
At least they step foot onto the site, will trigger the overtime meter. Brownie's ultimate is going to be denied, but here comes Brownie and Monster, but they're gonna get shoved away. Thanks to Rebirth. But now the Eternal Bond now coming in the nick of time. Tuba will find Brownie, but the Eternal Bond still stands tall, still stands strong, but the Eye of Agamotto only going to stun onto Inhyuk as Onside slowly but surely looking to take control. WDY will blend away Felix, but it's a trade 2 for 2. Snake will find one as the overtime meter runs thin, as so will the members of Onside, and Gen.G by the skin of their teeth will breathe a sigh of relief. They prevent the upset, they prevent embarrassment, and they move forward in the upper bracket.
I'd say they have nothing to be embarrassed about. Onside Gaming came to play, folks, and the way that they were able to show us they've leveled up since the 7 days happened just shows that everyone in the playoffs deserves to be here, and the fact that they were able to give Gen.G Esports a run for their money in this fashion was just insane. So again, congratulations, and we have to give our flowers to Gen.G, but Onside Gaming has definitely made a huge statement for them to take Gen.G to their absolute limit.
Ooh, yeah. Onside, yeah, like you said, big props to them. They have put on an absolute show in this best of 5. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it done, but this is a great way to set the tone here as Onside. They know they can play against the world's best. They did just that here. And now looking into the lower bracket, this is looking to be a very competitive playoff bracket.
Definitely. Hey, you know what? A rising tide raises all sails. And Rejects and Gen.G set the bar, but everyone is slowly climbing their way back into this. And the fact that we went all the best of 5, not just in Crazy Raccoon versus Z10 or Zero Tenacity, but here as well, which we thought would possibly be Gen.G just kind of flexing how they've always done and just making it a shutdown. Even though this match, it did end in a 2-0. If you guys are just tuning in right now, you guys got to tune into the replays and really give respect to Onside Gaming for them to win those 2 maps. And in the way that they did, Gen.G was really pushed to their limit. Monster forced to actually go for a crazy play there. And yeah, just the way that they were, I'd say that they had to breathe a sigh of relief towards the end there. And job's not done because they still have to continue on and face Crazy Raccoons in the second round of the upper bracket.
We are just setting ourselves up for an absolute banger playoffs right now. We've already had Crazy Raccoon Zero Tenacity going all the way. We've got Gen.G ONG all the way, and now looking ahead, it will be Crazy Raccoon up against Gen.G, and then look at the lower bracket. It's going to be Zero Tenacity going up against Onside Gaming. So all of these matchups setting up for absolute bangers here.
We did say it, like, if they're playing like this in the upper bracket, what more? How are they gonna? What more urgency are we gonna see in the lower bracket matches, folks? So you definitely have to tune in from here on out as we go and trudge through these playoffs. Today, no heartbreaks, but we will see some amazing matches, and we have. I mean, dude, we went 2 best-of-5 matches all the way.
We went from 2-0s, majority 2-0s throughout the entirety of the group stage, and suddenly here in the playoffs, we're just gonna get bam, map 5, bam, map 5.
Just keep on going.
We see more.
0 to 100 real quick here in the caster's desk. But appreciate each and every one of you that's still joining us and also talking in the chat, rooting on your favorite teams, giving us your insights as well. We see all of you guys and we appreciate all you guys for sticking around here. Hopefully you'll still bring that same type of energy all the way up until playoffs, because we will crown another one. And if I compare this to stage 1, we are definitely seeing a raising of the tides of Marvel Rivals here in Asia with how competitive these matches are getting and the team shuffling to make this a lot more interesting and a lot more competitive for us to find the best of the best when it comes to Marvel Rivals here in Asia.
A lot of the teams have definitely made adjustments after seeing the mid-season finals. That was our first international tournament in Marvel Rivals history. And it gave everyone a feel of where everyone is in terms of the regions. Obviously, North America and EMEA were the 2 regions to beat after seeing what happened in the mid-season finals. And now everyone's making adjustments accordingly. Some teams, like here in Asia, bringing in American talent, some bringing in European talent maybe. And these adjustments on the rosters could prove to be valuable. We've seen teams just absolutely catapulted into the top step, most notably Crazy Raccoon. And we have yet to see how far these teams will go with these adjustments.
Yeah, also Gen.G making the adjustments with False and Monster imports from America and Canada. So shout outs to them, because they also proved very a really good trade-off for Gen.G to work with, those 2 vanguards holding down the line. I know that we will be on the line with someone from Gen.G to exchange a couple words, but yeah, just an intense match. I need to catch my breath.
I need a breather. We're gonna need some extended moments to recuperate ourselves. Just give us time to recover, you know. But we will soon be getting into an interview. It will be the Vanguard player of Gen.G. It'll be Monster, who will join us in a quick moment.
And there he is. Monster, amazing performance. That Eye of Agamotto towards the end, that must have felt good. How's the team feeling after going the full BO5 against Onside Gaming?
I mean, we're really hyped. It was crazy that it even went that far, but I'm glad we stayed locked in till the end.
Yeah, it was definitely a really entertaining back and forth in chat and whatnot. Dan?
Yeah, and I just want to cover how have you guys been preparing it when you came into this series? You also had a week-long break. Well, what was the vibes like coming in here after a whole week of a break?
They were actually really good. We thought it was gonna be way easier than it was from like everything we've seen and our practice and everything, but you know, it was a lot harder. So I give the enemy team a lot of credit for what they did. GG.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they definitely showed up, right, with how well they were able to push for best of 5. But Monster, take us back to your favorite moments in the game. Was there anything you want to highlight, any play or any player that you want to highlight in map-specific moments?
Oh well, I don't want to glaze myself, but that strange ult on the first point where I got 3, holy
Hell yeah.
dude, what a rush, man, what a rush! Like
that was crazy.
I think we would have lost that, but you know, came in clutch.
That came in
was
very
too
clutch
fire.
because it was overtime.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you didn't get those elims, that would have been so. It would have been crucial. So yeah, definitely. I guess
Yeah.
recency bias too. That was really good. Dan?
And then the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
thing, I guess, for you, Monster. I know Posh went back, but I want to make you look forward. You're up against Crazy Raccoon next. How do you feel about that, especially seeing how that matchup turned out?
Also, NX gave you shout out, you and Pulse. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah. No, NX is our boy for sure. I think
Nice.
you know, they're definitely a team we have our eyes on for sure. Like the #1 competitor, in my opinion. But after watching today, you know, the nerves may have got to them too. So I think we'll have a good series. I think we have a really good chance of winning that.
All right, Monster, thank you so much. I know it's kind of late or super early where you are right now,
Yeah.
so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for your time and looking forward to more of your plays as the playoffs go on. So thank you so much, Monster. GG's.
Yep.
And that was the one and only Monster, the Vanguard player from Gen.G, who did complete the 5th map and will take the win here in this best of 5. Oh my gosh, we made it. We have officially made it halfway into day 1 of